What is going on, guys? It is the Film and Everything podcast. Welcome. Today we're testing out a video review for Toy Story 4. So you're going to be able to check us out here on, all your audio, wherever you listen, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, wherever. Or also if you're checking us out here on YouTube. I got Josh over there. You can look at the camera. It's not like a rule. You're like trying not to look at the camera.
Yeah, no.
All right, so yeah, we're really excited. Hopefully this works out well and you guys enjoy it. Toy Story 4 review. All right, so, first things first, we started a little late today because we were trying to get McDonald's was doing these toys, the thing for...
Toys.
The toys. They did it for Avengers Endgame. Now they're doing it for Toy Story. They're just selling all the toys at McDonald's. And what is it? It makes it... If you get
makes the RV.
So if you get all of them,
and it says Toy Story 4 on it.
So you bring them all in together, and it builds to an RV from the movie that says Toy Story 4 on it, and then with all the characters on top, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's similar to what we see. They can see some of it here, but this is the Groot. We have a whole line of them here, of Avengers McDonald's toys. It was like $1, so might as well. They're pretty cool, especially here for the desk and stuff. But yeah, Toy Story 4, man. We saw all 3 movies before. We saw it within 2 days. We saw 1 and 2 back to back, because those are pretty short. Those are an hour and 15 and an hour and 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Are you like camera shy? It's like right there. So those were great, and then we saw 3. You know how 3 is. 3 can really mess you up. Yeah. So that's where that conversation comes in, where 3 is so just well done, and it wraps up that story so well. Did we need a 4? Was it necessary? With that said, Toy Story 4 is great. I really loved it. It's funny. It's got the sadness that you get from, every Pixar movie. This one I feel hits a little bit more just because of where it, just because of where it goes. And we won't get into it yet. We'll warn you when we get into spoilers. But I mean, this movie really worked. I was worried about it. Remember we were talking about the trailers?
Yeah.
How we felt like
weird.
Yeah, we felt like the trailers looked odd. But I looked at the previous trailers for the other Toy Story movies, and they were the same kind of feel. They're always very weird trailers. I guess they're not known for doing good trailers, but the movie itself is always great. I mean, Toy Story is like, I read an article. It's a near perfect franchise. I mean, all of the movies are great. With that said, what did you think? What's your take on Toy Story?
So this is like the non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler, and then we'll get into spoiler.
It's tough. It was good. I really enjoyed it. The new characters were funny. I just felt like the movie wasn't really needed. I feel like 4 wasn't really necessary because I don't know. It's just 3 was the perfect ending to that whole series.
Yeah.
And then I feel like 4 was it was great, but it wasn't really needed.
It kind of came to me today because we're again just kind of doing research on it and stuff. It feels like an epilogue to the first 3. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. This movie wasn't needed, but they still pulled it off. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. It's a great movie, but at the same time, it's like 3 ended so perfectly. So it's like that back and forth, because it's not like they just brought it back and it was terrible and they ruined the franchise or something, where they pulled it off. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this one. They're all really funny, but this one's pretty funny. I don't know if it's because it's new and we didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
But it was pretty funny. Like, Duke Kaboom is probably one of my favorites.
No, he's the best character.
I like the Key and Peele characters.
Yeah.
Key and Peele, Jordan Peele, and what's
Oh my god, he has a weird. Is it Keegle?
something. Yeah, I don't know his name.
It's not
But
with a K, right? It's not
yeah,
with a K.
but the guys from Key and Peele, you know who they are. They were great in this movie. I was a little worried how they were gonna be in this.
Yeah.
Maybe they was gonna change up the style of the humor, but they were gold in this. There was some funny scenes. This one was, I feel like it's one of the funniest ones. It's up there. It could be 'cause since it's fresh.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It might just be that. But there's some scenes that are pretty like laugh out loud. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're pretty funny. Like I'm thinking back on
Yeah,
them
because I
now.
think it's like 3 has some funny scenes too.
That's the thing. They're all funny.
Yeah.
But this one,
Like,
they
if you
kind
go
of
back to
amp
the
up the
first
humor
one-
a little bit.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit. This movie felt more for the adults that
Yeah.
grew up with this rather than the kids.
Yeah.
They always Pixar always balances out really well their films, so that's for any age. But this one really feels like, hey guys, here you go.
Yeah,
It's funny. Like there's one. It's not a spoiler, but the one with the sergeant, yeah, you know, yeah,
the
yeah.
Combat Carl.
Yeah, that was so good. That was so good.
And the little girl.
Yeah,
the
the
little toy.
yeah. For what was her name?
Oh, how do we
Pocket Kelly,
Yeah,
Pocket Kelly or something.
that was pretty.
There's
funny.
some great like characters in this. That being said, this movie does go into a lot more new characters with some of the original, but don't expect to see a lot of the original ones having a lot. It's a different take on this. You know what I mean? This one is more Woody centric. You know, it's all about Woody in this. That's why I
Yeah.
say it feels like an epilogue. Like what happens with Woody and how do they deal with this after 3? And I mean, before we get into more on the review on it, some background information that we learned. This movie was supposed to come out 2017. Rashida Jones was writing it, and I forgot the other writer, Malouk, and they ended up leaving the project over creative and philosophical differences, whatever that means. I don't know what could have been there, but supposedly the original story here was a romantic comedy, which I still feel like that's still integrated in here, but it was more about Buzz and Woody going to find Bo Peep and like this kind of like rescue thing. And I don't know what happened, but they ended up leaving the project in 2017. That's when the movie was supposed to come out. And Pixar rewrote and redid 75% of the original script. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's basically the whole movie.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of rewrites there. And they did it, that was 2017, and they finished it for now. They delayed it. First it was from 2017 to 2018, then 2018 to 2019. So they pushed it back a couple of times. This movie had a little rough patch trying to get done. And I think it's because of that, because Pixar is very picky
Yeah.
with their stories. They want it to come out well. There's one scene that they don't like, or there's something that's just not working for them, they're not afraid to just scratch it out, remove it, and restart from scratch. And I respect that. And that's why I think this movie probably would have been worse before. We'll never really know.
No.
But I could have easily seen this movie becoming another Toy Story 2. You know what I mean? Another rescue mission, and another recycled formula. And I don't think they do that here. You know, I feel like they really try to be different and
There's times
be
where
fresh.
you kind of think it's gonna go back to that 2 route, but then it goes to a fresh take.
Yeah, it's
on it.
fresh, and the animation is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's probably in the whole franchise, the whole Toy Story. It's probably my least favorite though.
It's tough.
They're
all so good.
Yeah,
So-
you know, but they're all good. But like in those stands, I think I'll probably be
I
like
think
that
it's-
for last.
I think maybe
like in the
because of the
bottom.
emotional level. You know what I mean?
'Cause I don't know, because I feel like 2. I don't know. I like 2 a lot.
2 is.
Two
I like
is-
2. Yeah.
I like it because it's funny and you know with the whole Jesse.
It's
character.
happier too. It's happier. There's some sad scenes, obviously, but
I mean, the whole Jesse scene was pretty sad.
that's sad.
Like
but,
that was like sad.
but the ending is happy. You know,
But
that's-
3 was good too. Cause
3
it
is
was,
rough. Yeah.
No, but like 3 is funny. It's
But
they
it
have all the
still has.
characters.
It's a bittersweet ending. You know what I mean?
But
Where
yeah,
it makes
Before-
sense. Before 4 really, 4.
I don't know.
It's no joke.
I was sad, but I wasn't like how I was with 3. Like I feel like 3 hit me harder than this one. This one was kind of like whatever.
You had 3 movies worth of. Here it's just kind of like it feels like an epilogue, you know. So it just kind of adds a little more to the sadness of 3. And it's rough. It's something we'll get into in spoilers because it's interesting. I don't know. They're all so good. I can't say. It's hard to rank them, but I can see why you like the other ones more. Just because, I mean, it is with the original cast more often.
That's the thing, because
here
I
this
think
is a whole.
One of the problems I had before was I didn't see a lot of Jessie.
Yeah,
and I really like her character.
The original toys were missing.
Like
they were
Rex
there.
Was funny.
They were there, but they were kind of like just
sidelined.
They're a little sidelined, but it works because we get to see a bunch of new characters that are really funny.
Yeah, they're funny,
and we do get a lot of the original. We've had 3 movies worth with these guys,
yeah,
and I think they were trying to find a way to not again recycle the material.
I know,
and have the same jokes
But it's just
that's why it feels like a spin-off, not a spin-off, but it feels like an epilogue. It takes it in a fresh direction, so it makes sense.
4 is a great story. I really loved it, but I feel like I kind of undoes a little bit of 3. Because when Andy gives away his toys, because we're fresh off all 3.
Yeah, we'll get into in spoilers. That's more in detail. So
we're gonna talk about a movie. Don't spoiling.
Let's see. I mean,
but I don't want to more.
Animation's amazing.
Yeah,
this movie's really
crazy.
funny.
No, it's funny.
We just saw all 3 recently, and I feel they're all funny. They're all amazing. But this one, like the humor really, I feel like they amped it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They changed the humor. I don't know how to explain it. They took it up a notch. Like this one, there was times I was laughing. Like it was really funny. Like it feels like it might be the funniest one. I don't know if it's because of what they brought into the table. They brought new characters. All the original characters are hilarious. But it's like the comedy was more subtle, but this one's a flat out, like, they really want to make you laugh, and it works, you know what I mean? I love Duke Kaboom.
I don't know if it's the best comedy one. I know it's tough because, I don't know, because they're all funny, because 1 is funny, too.
They're all funny.
Because 1, like, when he's hanging, like, he's like, what is it he says? Like, take care of Andy for me. He's like, no!
Yeah, that's the thing, funny. Yeah.
And they're all kind of funny.
They're all awesome.
It's hard to say, like, 4 is the best, like, comedy-wise. I don't know, it's tough.
They amp up the comedy, but I maybe have to. We are gonna rewatch it tomorrow. Maybe when I get that freshness out and like that excitement, maybe see it again and see how I feel. But it was pretty funny. I mean, the what was it, Sergeant?
Combat Carl.
Combat Carl and Duke Kaboom.
No, Keanu Reeves
is he's amazing in everything. Yeah, he's been doing great. Cyberpunk, John Wick, now this.
Yeah, he's killing it. Now Marvel.
Who's another? Pocket Kelly, I think her name was. That was awesome.
Like that one scene was pretty funny with her.
Yeah. That obviously you have Buzz being Buzz. He's always funny. And
yeah, Buzz is Buzz.
Forky, I was a little worried about Forky in this movie, but
I don't know what it is. Like I like him, but I don't like him at the same time.
He's just he's like a plot device.
Yeah, I don't know what like he was funny, like, but I think I was like, okay, you're getting kind of a little annoying. Like, I don't want to see you.
He wasn't too bad. They used him just the right amount.
Yeah.
If they used him too much, he would have gotten annoying. But they used him just the perfect amount to where it works. Because he was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to like him. Based off the trailers, I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. What are they?
Yeah, the character was like, I don't know.
But it worked
for me. It's weird for me.
But it worked
because I like him, but then I don't like him at the same time. I don't know what it is.
It can be too much at times. It can be too much at times.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Let me see here.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's tough for me to.
No, that makes sense because that's what I thought right away in the trailer. I was like,
Even during the movie, there was times like, okay, like, move on. It was getting kind of like.
If they used them too much, it would have been bad. But they use them again. Pixar really knows how to
balance it.
They know what they're doing.
Because there was time, okay, I was starting to feel annoyed of his character, but then they took a break from him and they went back to what to do, and then go back to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was pretty much a plot device in this one. You know?
Yeah, you can just tell. This is a plot device.
Which, I don't even want to talk about the plot too much because the trailer doesn't show a lot.
Yeah,
it shows just what you need to know.
I wasn't too sure about it because the trailer was kind of
Forky
weird.
gets lost. You know, they're going on a
Yeah,
road
and the
trip.
trailer shows him like flying, jumping off the
Yeah.
RV. That's the trailer.
So it doesn't get into too much. But this movie, I really like this movie.
It's just,
But it's
it's
hard
just the
to.
original. The only problem that I have is that I wanted the
If
original.
3 wasn't out yet, if the 3's ending wasn't how it was, maybe we would have not liked it more, but I think we wouldn't feel as weird. But since 3 was such a good ending, this just feels like an epilogue.
It's
it feels like a.
for example, it's like if you watch the last Harry Potter, right? Wait, then it's perfect send off, and then it's like they do another one.
Well, they are supposedly.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like they do another one, but it's like, oh, but you can't really finish the story. Why are you doing another one?
Yeah, that's the thing. But Pixar's defense to this, they did say that 3 was the ending to Andy's story with the toys, and
I don't know.
this one is more about.
I don't know because we saw 3 like 2 days ago, and that ending was kind of like also Woody's arc, like not his arc, but like also his end.
With Andy, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It's about Andy.
Yeah, which is fine.
Here, it's about how does he
I have
deal
to
with
explain
this.
spoilers because I can't really.
Here, it's how does he deal with this post Andy.
Can you pause it?
You know?
Wait, shit, I have.
Huh?
Ashley's calling me for something.
She's calling you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just text her. Just text her.
Shit.
Yeah, because we're doing video. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
Like, it's
Just
funny, I
text
don't
her.
know
It's
if
fine. But yeah, you know.
She cut that out on the podcast.
No, it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. So you know, this does feel like an epilogue. You know what I mean? So that's my. It's hard to. I love it, but 3 really just
Yeah, 3,
ended so well.
3, you have the Spanish buzz,
Yeah,
you know, and
that's one thing I noticed that again watching these movies back to back is that each one something always happens to Buzz. Well, the first one's more about Buzz just being naive. He doesn't know that he's a toy, which is perfect.
That's one thing I love about 1 because it's so funny.
Yeah, and then 2 they pretty much try to do that again through a different Buzz toy when they go into the toy store, which makes sense. And then Buzz coming to terms with the other Buzz, like the newer Buzz, and he doesn't know.
And
then
3,
the Spanish. They're always doing something to Buzz, and this
But
one
by 4
they don't do that. Which
No.
again, that's what I like. They're not trying to recycle their plot beats. You know what I mean? They're really
Yeah.
trying to just be fresh. And I did read up that one of the original ideas for Buzz is that they wanted to something where his battery was draining in the middle of all this that's happening in 4, and it's like so like time was not on his side, and then he was trying to figure that out, and then what Pixar said made sense is that they don't want that because they needed him, you know, clear-minded for this movie in specific for, you know, certain things that happen in that third act, and it makes sense. They want to be fresh, you know, and that's again, Pixar really knows how to take their time and make sure they do a solid story. And I don't know, I really like this one a lot. And funny, I still think it's one of the funniest ones, and they're all really funny. I'm just trying to remember. It might be up there.
What, 4?
With comedy, yeah.
I don't know. It's tough for me.
I think it might just be because of Duke Kaboom
Yeah.
and all these new characters.
Maybe that's why.
But then 3 is funny too with what's the doll, the other doll, Kent.
Yeah.
You know, he's funny too.
The part when they're about to jump in the trash can, and Woody tells them to go like jump in, like I think it was like one at a time.
Yeah.
And the piggy banks all. I think he said all go at
Yeah,
once.
yeah. Again, more subtle humor. This one, it goes, you know, all out, and I really love that about it. And let me check here. Everything's looking good. Yeah.
I know.
You
I'm
notice the
trying
hat
to
I'm
look
wearing,
for
the-
like Ashley's like talking to me. So.
So that's what else? Before we get into like, you know, what we would rate this movie. What am I missing? Oh, Bo Peep is
Bo Peep,
really
yeah.
good in this movie. I like what they do with her character, how she comes into play in this story, because they do mention her in 3, how she got sold away, or she was just no longer with them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This movie goes into that, and they really go into that Woody Bo Peep relationship, which is great. She I like how they changed up her character. She was a lost toy, and how she deals with that, and they really like her character really what's the word I'm looking for? Evolves.
Yeah.
Her character really evolves here. So that again, I'm trying to think of what I didn't like about this movie.
I have like two problems. But
the thing is, like, I don't know if we can. It would have to be spoilers.
yeah, that's
Because
something.
this movie doesn't go where you think it'll go, and that's what I like about it. It's a fresh take. It's a fresh take to the story, and I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess we can just soundtrack. Soundtracks are always good. Animation's amazing.
Nah, it's scary how good it looks.
And the thing is, we saw the previous three back to back right before this, and seeing how the animation has evolved over the past 20 years, it's amazing. It's amazing how you see it now. Again, it's good to see the characters. One thing I probably didn't like is not seeing the original as much as we would want to, the original characters, because I love Rex, I love Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head I understand because Don Rickles did pass away in 2017.
Yeah, so they had to use like old footage.
They had to use
like,
old audio and stuff like that, so that makes sense. That's probably one thing I had to take away, but I understand why they did it, and they had to establish these new characters as well at the carnival, which were great. I love the new characters, so a part of me wishes like we could have gotten more of the new characters mixed with the old characters and really see how they interact, because they were great. They were amazing. So I understand why they did that. And I guess the film's antagonist, I like where that goes. I don't even want to get into it because it's interesting.
I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you.
I like how it wasn't the same formula. It kind of just it switches it up, which we'll get into in spoilers now in a bit. What else? What else
okay,
was I gonna say?
I'm not trying to like listen to you,
Settled.
but then I have like Ashley like tell me something.
See. Okay. Making sure the camera's good, everything looks good. So I'm trying to think of what maybe that not getting more of the original characters. Maybe we should have gotten like a 3-hour epic, like Avengers Endgame.
How long was this one? How long was this one? It was like what, an hour 40?
Hour and 40.
I think an extra 20.
I wish. I honestly I would have loved to have seen more of this movie. Part of me is like, okay, this is over, but a little part of me is like, if Pixar can keep pulling it off, I wouldn't mind a 5.
No, I don't. Want 5.
Maybe a short film.
I don't.
Maybe
want,
a short film.
I don't want a 5 just because it's hard because the way this one ends.
Yeah,
it's hard.
That's why I would want a 5. So I was like, okay, can we get back into?
But the thing is, how do you do a 5?
Happy.
How do you do a 5?
I don't know. We'll get into that in spoilers.
Can we go into it right?
Yeah, we should.
It's so hard to not.
Anything else you want to mention before we get into spoilers?
It's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I was kind of like not sure about this one, even though I still feel like it didn't really need to be made because 3 was.
It didn't, and they still managed to pull it off.
Yeah, which is tough. But now that movies can do that.
Yeah.
Now, because usually when they try to do that, it's like really bad, and it's like oh. But this one was really good. Really good.
It's just 3.
But 3, like for me, 3 is my ending. Still.
Yeah.
I don't mean like because it was like when you watch 3.
This just feels like an epilogue.
And you see like Andy saying goodbye to the toys, and you see like
partner,
no, they say partner or cowboy or something.
No, so long partner.
Oh, yeah, that was cowboy. He says that, and it's like all of them like okay, it's a good.
Yeah.
Ending. Like
it's
that's
bittersweet because it's sad, but at the same time they're all together. They're happy.
But this one was
this one does it kind of just like undermines that a little bit because that concept that they used in 3, they kind of take away a little bit from it.
And spoilers
So it's interesting, but it works. But at the same time, it does take away a little bit from the ending of 3. That would have made it so perfect. So it's weird. It's a weird balance. We'll get into it in spoilers. So, okay. So, what would you rate this?
Between like an 8 and a 9. Like an 8 or a 9.
Okay.
So I don't know. because I really loved it. New characters are great.
Yeah.
I did feel like
It could have
one,
easily been bad.
Yeah.
Easily.
I feel like this one didn't need to be made. It wasn't necessary.
It didn't need to be made, but a part of me, I just enjoyed it. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's the
hard to. That's what's so confusing about it.
Because
This never really
issue
happens.
that I had with it was the original cast wasn't in it. Like
Yeah.
they were in it, but they're sidelined. They didn't really like that too much.
They get little moments, but again, you don't get to see them all.
And it was like I was emotional, but not to where I was like 3. Because 3, like, I almost cried in 3. Like,
Yeah.
I had a tear about to come out when I first saw 3.
Yeah,
This one I was kind of like, okay, like it's sad, but I was kind of like, okay.
yeah.
So-
It's a different type of ending too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. It's different.
So I wanna
That Andy
say-
storyline is very. That was years and years of just that back and forth with them and Andy.
Man, I don't know. 'Cause I'm between an 8 or a 9.
Just go for that 8.5.
Yeah, I guess.
Or if you had to pick one, which
I had to pick one because I did love it. It was funny. I'm gonna give it a 9 because I don't want to be too hard on it. No, I mean I should because it's the 4th one, but I'll give it a 9
because the thing is the ending. It's not a bad ending. It's
but
just
like I don't like
it's
it.
hard. It's hard.
I didn't like
you
it.
just wish you didn't get that. You know, it's just
Yeah,
like,
I didn't
oh
like it.
no,
I
I
just
loved
didn't
it.
like it.
I loved it. I loved it. And it's like, oh, like it's good, but it's a great ending. But at the same time, it's like you just don't want to see that. You know,
It's
not like 3, yeah. We'll get into
have to
spoilers.
explain it
We'll
because
get
it's hard for me
into
to. But it's a 9 for me.
I'm gonna give it a 9 as well.
It's a 9 because I was gonna because the 2 issues that I had with it, it was like, oh man.
Yeah, we'll get into it
And
now.
Forky, like
I don't
Forky,
have a-
like it's weird because I liked him, but I didn't like him at
He
the
was
same
fine.
time.
He was fine.
But
He
I don't know what
didn't-
it was. I don't. At least for me, I don't know why I was hanging. Because there was scenes I laughed in his scenes, where there's sometimes I was like, okay, can you like not
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Forky?
It's a little. He can be too much.
He was a little too much.
Makes sense. So, with that being said, I don't have like a transition or anything for spoilers. So we'll just
Just be quiet for a little bit.
no. We're just literally.
I thought you had to, like,
If you're listening or if you're watching right here, right now, we are about to get into spoilers.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's,
Is that why you couldn't pause it when Ashley was calling me because I wasn't sure what to do?
yeah, I didn't want to stop and say it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, because I was trying to like wait. What do I do? 'Cause
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
So we're going into spoilers right now. We don't have a transition yet. This is our first video podcast and an audio podcast. You guys know how this works. So we're going into spoilers
out.
right now. Get out. If you haven't seen the movie yet, watch it and then come back, and then we'll go
We're gonna
from
see
there.
it in Dolby, right?
Yeah, we're watching it tomorrow in a Dolby format, which that's gonna look amazing.
Man, that
Dolby.
cat
Yeah.
looked amazing.
So yeah, guys, get out if you haven't seen it yet, and then come back. We're like in the 30-minute mark, so just come back and check out our spoiler discussion. So spoilers are starting right now.
You all
3,
that at the end.
2, 1. Yeah. Thanos comes in and snaps them all.
Can you imagine? That's like the ending.
They should have done like a 3-hour Toy Story movie,
And I feel like they.
a Toy Story
but
epic.
You know what? I feel like it's hard to do like a 3-hour movie of that. Like a Pixar movie just because of the
They can't.
animation.
No, they would never. Yeah, no. That's like 3 movies for them in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's
That's
no
too
way.
hard. That's too hard.
Yeah, you can't. Kids can't sit down for 3 hours to watch a movie. You know.
Yeah.
I
a lot
would've-
of kids weren't liking this movie.
I wouldn't have minded seeing this movie longer.
yeah,
I love these
in
characters
the
so
theater,
much.
When we were watching it, a lot of kids weren't liking the movie.
It's kids.
Yeah, but usually like the older films they'll like it because I think this one was more for the people who grew up with the movies.
Yeah, it's shot. It
was shot different.
It's
Even it was kind of creepy for
diff-
kids too.
Yeah.
With those dolls, those little
So,
mannequin, whatever.
Kid
it was.
movies, if you know, they're edited differently. They're very quick cut. The humor is the kids catch on to it easier. That's why musicals work really well because they catch on to the tunes. Like, oh,
Like
let it
Frozen.
go,
Like
let it go.
Frozen.
Everyone's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm watching, but I love it. You know.
Yeah.
Toy Story, especially this one, it was very driven, very.
This is like
But the humor is great.
mature Toy Story
It's mature, yeah, but it's hilarious.
I love
It's
it.
hilarious.
That was good.
So, okay, we're in spoilers now. So
Yeah, we're in the end game now.
we're in the end game now. The end game now. Toy Story 4. Let's start with like the humor scenes.
No, wait. Before the humor, because what was it I was saying before that I couldn't get into? Oh, because the thing they kind of ruins 3 a little because In 3, Andy gives his toys to Bonnie.
And she
Bonnie,
loves Woody.
And she loves Woody. She's attached
That's
to him.
the one that she really liked.
And she promised she's gonna like take care of all those toys.
She lied.
But then 4 doesn't take place that long after 3.
like a
I
year
want
or
to say
two
a year,
after.
maybe
Yeah.
a year, because it doesn't really tell you. So
Yeah.
you're kind of guessing.
I was thrown off by that flashback in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that was again. It was
They had to set it up.
Yeah, to say okay, this is why.
She wasn't there anymore.
Yeah,
And here's why it's gonna matter later.
yeah, like what's that matter later. So she promises to take care of Woody and all his toys, and he trusts her. Imagine what if later on he comes back and wants to see the toys.
Hey, where's Woody? You little bitch.
Yeah,
It's like a dark movie.
Yeah, so she promised, and then I want to say a year after.
A year or two, yeah.
A year or two. Woody's in the closet, being thrown in the closet. Doesn't want to play with him anymore. Doesn't like him anymore. She even took off his sheriff badge.
Woody has like nothing left anymore. Like his true kid was Andy, and like that relationship can't be replicated. Which that makes sense. That makes sense because she's not Andy, so that's where that can get. That leads to that story of what's Woody's place now. Like he's not the leader of all the toys anymore.
But it's weird because he knows it, but he still wants to be there for Bonnie. Like in the pre-K,
He wants to have
struggling
meaning
with school, and
He wants to have meaning, and I think that's where it hits him towards the center point of the
and she
movie.
doesn't realize that he's gone.
She didn't care, I guess. He just becomes that toy. That's where it does undermine 3 a little bit because Woody was a big deal in 3 for her. She was like, oh,
A cowboy.
yeah, and he gave it to
she
her, and they played.
loved him. She hugged him.
So that it kind of does take away from 3 a little bit because that was such a nice ending, and like, oh, now Bonnie's gonna take care of them and play with them. But then here it's like, no, she doesn't really care for Woody that much anymore.
Like she loves everyone else but Woody.
Yeah, her favorite toy is Forky now, because she's like what, a 4-year-old.
Yeah, even the I think it was the writer or director, I forgot which one it was, but he said that I know that it kind of ruins the lore of Toy Story.
Oh yeah, because she made a toy and it comes to life.
So I'm assuming the way it works is that if she puts her name on the something.
It becomes
on
a real toy.
It becomes to life.
I guess.
That's
the movie does address it after the credits. Remember, it's like, oh, how do I exist? And it's like,
yeah, they don't
know.
Yeah,
yeah.
At least they kind of make fun of it.
Yeah, Pixar again. They think of everything, man. They really know what to do.
And so I think that's the one issue that I have with it because the way 3 ends and Andy didn't have to give it to her. He gave it to her because she knew that.
It's like, I trust you with my Woody. And
so it kind of like, oh, but wait, now you just. And what if Andy does decide to visit and to see those toys, and now they're gone?
For that, what if like, I don't know, because 3 was such a nice ending, and then here it's like, Woody can't find his place now.
And this is only a year after 3.
A year or two, yeah.
Well,
so again, now it's like, what's his place in all this now?
I'm
He's
just assuming it's a year or 2, but because Bonnie's still the same height.
Let's say 2
age.
years. She's in first kindergarten, and then she was in first grade in the post credits.
In what?
In this one.
Oh, in this one? Yeah. 2003.
No, in 3 she was like in daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because she's still the kind of same height and stuff.
Yeah, just a year or 2 older, I would say. So Woody just can't find his place in all this, and and he's just trying to find. He feels lost. He doesn't have Andy anymore. I like how they didn't just forget about Andy in this one. It's about him, how he can't get over Andy. You know how he like when he's talking to Forky about Andy and how great that relationship was and all that. So that makes sense. Bo Beep and how they established that in the beginning, like he was about to leave with her, but he stayed for Andy and all that. It's just tough seeing Woody separate from the rest of the gang.
And
that was hard.
Plus, how they're always saying how they're a family. They always
that was the theme of 3, that they were gonna die together in that fire. They're together in Bonnie's place.
And that's why I feel like 4 kind of like undoes 3 a lot because never 3. They're going
it's
down,
a great individual story.
That's the thing why I like 3 more, like in terms of like in that style. That's why I almost cried.
Yeah.
In 3, man, that scene gets me every time. You know when we first saw it.
Yeah.
Dude, I was
like sad I was sad for 3 days. I was just in class, like sitting there, like.
Yeah, because that scene was so like Woody was trying to like help everyone, and Buzz reaches out like to grab his hand, and they just all accept their fate together. That's like wow, that's like.
And then they're with Bonnie at the end. happy ending,
That-
sad,
It's
happy.
sad, but it's also good.
bittersweet. This one's just sad.
But this one was kind of like, oh, but
They
he's
show
not,
how-
not with Buzz and the gang
Yeah,
anymore.
he has a new group. He found his place, and he's making other kids happy by
Yeah,
finding
that-
them
at least he
toys,
did,
and
yeah.
making the toys happy by finding them kids.
Yeah.
So that's a cool ending. I just, you know what I think it is? If they maybe had a scene where it was Buzz reading a letter, like in 3,
Yeah, maybe.
from Woody, like, oh, you should see the smile on the kids' faces here. They love it here. It's
But
like,
the thing is,
okay,
but
there's
how,
still.
but how do you do that, though?
How do they do it for Sunnyside? And
Yeah, with Sunnyside, no, there's some, like, papers and mail there, so they could just...
they can do it for.
Yeah, but they never... But now Woody's on the street. He's in the world now.
yeah,
he's
he's,
on the- he's
lost.
on the move. He's on the
he's a
move
lost
now.
toy, but it's like that ending, no, he's not lost, not anymore. And he's like,
Yeah, he's
to
home.
infinity and
He's,
beyond.
it's kind of weird, like, seeing, like, him have a love story with Bo Peep, because it's, like, their toys.
Yeah, but she's helping him find his place.
Thank God they didn't do, like, a kiss scene or
No,
something.
that would have been weird.
That would have been so odd. Because
No.
even one kind of does that, and the part one is kind of like a little
Yeah,
odd.
but it was like off screen.
Thank God, because it's so weird.
Yeah,
It's
it's
toys.
just, that was just for the humor. But here, they really that infinity to infinity and
And-
beyond.
and-
That was so like
You know what would be
those
cool too? 'Cause I
bastards.
wanted to see Buzz with Jesse. Well, you know, because 3 you get like a little bit.
A lot actually, yeah. Even towards the end, it kind of shows like, oh, that
Yeah,
they're a
because
thing.
I wanted more Buzz and Jesse because of how they're both kind of the same in terms of
Yeah.
like how they do all those cool tricks and stuff. I wanted
Yeah.
more of that. Yeah, because I really like Jesse. She's like probably like one of my favorite characters. I
Yeah.
really like her character. And Slinky wasn't
in there that
in
much
there
either.
as much.
yeah.
He didn't really do much in the movie.
Again, they had to establish those new
And
characters.
Slinky.
They had to establish that new setting for Woody, because this movie's all about Woody and the people he meets and why he feels he should stay there, like him finding his place.
Yeah,
No.
because I thought they were gonna do like a 2 ending. Guess the toys to
Come back with us to Bonnie's place, yeah. But Woody's not really the leader anymore. He's
you know
not.
it's weird because the Gabby's Gabby.
Gabby, yeah.
I don't know. She was a good character, but that whole I don't know what it was. I didn't feel it as much as like 2 with Jesse.
No, that scene though when the girl just drops her in the
Oh
box.
no, yeah, no, that was sad.
That was good. I was like, all right, Pixar.
Yeah, that was sad. Like that was like, oh man, that sucks. Like I was like, but it was the after. I'm talking about after like that. Like when
she
he
gets-
goes, like to.
When she finds that girl, that
Yeah,
lost
that
girl. I thought that was good. It wasn't like, "Ugh," but it was good.
I don't know.
You know.
It was good, but I don't know. Like it just didn't really hit me as much as 2. Like with Jesse, that one was like, whoa.
Jesse's a different character because remember this Gabby was a villain at first, which that's what I liked. She was a villain.
But I don't know. I didn't really
And
like.
I like that
she was-
transition.
she was like a villain. I don't know.
She was because she
Like-
wanted his
like-
voice box.
Like
I want
Lotso
your
was
voice.
a pure villain. That was a pure
Yeah,
villain.
but here they didn't want to make it too much of a villain where you don't like her at the end. Here I like that transition where okay, she wants Woody's.
Yeah, but for that reason.
But man, at one point Woody was getting torn apart, and remember, I was like, man,
I thought he was gonna die.
this is the end of Woody in this movie,
yeah,
huh?
I
And
thought he was gonna die.
when he gives up his voice box for her, I was like, man, this movie is really going all out with Woody.
Yeah, I thought if he lost his voice box, he wouldn't be able to talk. That's
No,
what I
it's just
thought.
like his.
But it was just a string. I was
yeah.
like, okay.
So they pushed it a lot with Woody here.
Yeah.
So they wanted to really finish his arc. But then that's another thing that people are asking, and we saw in the Angry Joe show. It's like, okay, so what about Buzz now? Does he deserve a, But I don't think so.
Yeah, because
Woody's
it was
always
kinda
been
like,
Andy's
It was
toy.
kind of hinting like the part when they're at like when the whole gang is asking Buzz like, what do they do.
Yeah.
Buzz didn't know what to answer. Like he was kind of like,
He's never been the leader before. Yeah.
yeah, so he's not sure on how to become that leader now.
Yeah.
So he wasn't too
It's
sure.
interesting. Use my inner voice. Yeah.
And they're just looking at him. He's just pressing this button. Like,
Yeah.
He
So-
wasn't sure.
That makes sense. I can see Buzz and all that.
Maybe a short film,
Yeah, but not a whole movie.
not a whole
At the
movie.
end of the day, Andy and Woody, that was his main toy at first. The first movie, that's
It's
what it
just
was
the ending
about.
is rough. The ending is.
The ending is rough.
Because I
There's
was
no.
reading some.
There's some happy
reviews.
moments to it. Yeah, when they show Woody with the gang making kids happy and the toys, but then it's still too sad. You can't enjoy that as much because it's Woody separate
I wanted
separate
more,
from the
I wanted
rest of the
more
gang.
of the goodbye scene.
Yeah, maybe.
It was. I was like, oh, I was enjoying it, but then it just ended. I was like, oh no, like, because he only said really goodbye to Jesse and Buzz.
And they got a little
It was
group
a
hug
hug,
in there. Yeah.
but I wanted him to say like something to the whole game.
Again, if there was at least a scene where they're like sending in mail, like, oh, everything's great here.
But again, it's hard because
I'm here with Bo Peep. We're going to big parties and we're killing it out here.
Having sex with both people.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
that's the thing, man. It's hard to like accept the fact that it's like, okay, Woody separated from the rest of the gang.
Was Bo Peep in Toy Story 2?
Yeah.
She
In the beginning, and then he gets lost.
Yeah.
And the rest of the movie's about that.
It's just weird that
they went for that. Yeah.
they did a whole movie based off Bo Peep because, like, yeah, we knew she was a big part of Woody, but not that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why they did the end show 4 like that with the 9 years ago.
They had to establish that.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like, you don't really care about Bo Peep.
Yeah, no. She was in 1 and 2, little side character, and then here
and
they
then
were.
3, she was just gone. That's
Supposedly, they say that John Lasseter in Pixar told the actress that, oh, you're not in 3, but don't worry, we're setting you up for 4. So I'm hearing things and reading things that they've always had an idea for 4 in mind. They were just really flushing it out and just letting it be for a bit. And so
yeah, the whole like RV scene was funny. The RV, like them like stopping and going.
Yeah, that was a great moment when they were all working together. And I loved the new characters of Bonnie that we didn't get to see too much of them either. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
The dinosaur, the other dinosaur.
And 3, those are new characters. But in 4, you don't really see them much.
Either. It's introducing more new characters for
characters.
Woody.
Yeah. Okay, if you look at the poster doesn't even show out the original gang.
No.
It's all the new characters.
I mean, remember that poster of Woody giving the little...
Yeah,
it was implying it's his goodbye.
Yeah,
you know.
First I thought he was going to die.
Yeah, I was like,
I thought he was going to get like shot or something.
Yeah, I thought Pixar was going to go full on...
Bobby!
Woody!
It's like Buzz running and it's like Woody getting shot at.
Yeah.
I thought Bo Peep was going to be the villain.
That's what people were expecting. They're expecting another Toy Story 2.
Yeah, because that's what they're like hinting at, kind of.
But no, I like where they went with this. And at the end, there's like
if they're showing new characters, show more of the Combat Carl. I wanted more of that. That was
so perfect.
He was just sitting there like guys. Like how like he was trying to get that high five the whole movie.
Yeah, that was so good.
He couldn't
get
that.
I hope this keeps working. Let me see.
The one thing I love about that scene too is the fact that it wasn't in your face. It was subtle in the back.
If you see it, it's funny. If not, it's okay.
You're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like
so perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect.
You know.
Who was the actor of that?
I forgot. They got some good actors in here.
I think it was a big actor, right?
Yeah. I'm not too. I love that. I love the kaboom when he does that last big jump, and he like it's that shot of him in the moon.
And what was the kid's name?
It's a commercial.
It's a commercial.
Keanu Reeves for that was perfect. What was his kid's name? Like Farrell.
I forgot, but he's like,
because he didn't complete the jump like in the commercial. He's like, why would you believe that? It's a commercial.
It's a commercial.
And then him trying to do it for you, Farrell, or whatever his name was. That shot of him with like his
and
hands
the fireworks
and the fire. I was like, please let him get hit. Pixar knows how to do humor, man. It's so good. I was cracking up in that scene, and then he just kind of gets up and he's like, I did it.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves was perfect.
Yeah, he did really
perfect.
Good.
And I love the Pocket Kelly.
But I feel like the story did drag just a little bit.
Not drag, but yeah, there was moments where okay, they're about to get away, and then Forky gets caught again. It's like Forky, you know.
Like
again, Forky was that plot device that
carried the film.
That makes them go there. That causes all this, you know. So that's why they had to just do it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I feel like this one had a little bit too much of okay, we're gonna get there, but then something happens.
Yeah.
Because I feel like because if you look at 1 through 3, they had that. Like they all like had that same thing, but it wasn't too much. This one had a little bit too much of it.
The Forky plot line and
yeah, because every time like Woody's going back to the RV, something happens to Forky. Now he has to go do that.
Yeah, look, Bonnie's here, and then Forky gets caught again.
So it's like here we go again.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Some scenes were like creepy. I can imagine for being a kid.
Yeah,
those doll scenes.
Was it like those puppet things?
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, those were creepy.
I can imagine for kids that'd be terrifying. I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
What else are we missing? There was a lot of post credits.
It was like 5. We saw 4.
We missed the last one. It's like Kaboom giving the
card-
sergeant
the high five.
I love those. I love the sergeants. I wish we got more of that.
Yeah, they should.
They're
show
so
more.
funny. They're just all the time super intense. I love that so
And
much.
the guys
So
always trying to get a high five, but you just can't get
like,
it.
yeah, great idea. Yeah.
Is
I want to rewatch
I wonder,
it.
is it the same voice actor for all 3?
I don't think so.
Because they all look the same. They all sound the same.
I'm not sure. I don't think so though.
Probably not.
But I'm glad we're gonna rewatch it tomorrow because I
And the Key and Peele when they're telling her whole like
yeah, I love those scenarios. That was clever. Like Pixar's never
But you
done
know
that.
what? I kind of wish they didn't show it in the trailer. They showed
But
it in
it
the
still
trailer.
worked. It
But
still worked because they had like 2 or 3 more, and the best one, they just like amplify it more and more.
So it's like her going home.
They let the old lady live her
sleeping,
life.
Yeah,
She's like in a
like-
hot tub, and
and then they just attack her.
that was good. Like that was funny.
Yeah.
I like that choice of using those cutaways or of just like scenario like it's just a cutaway of a scenario that's not really real, but it's like Family Guy, you know? Like
Yeah.
I thought that was so clever.
Near that video, we were watching how.
And then they had the keys. Remember the keys? They just get
They-
it normally.
Yeah, because usually in other films they'll be like, okay, you have to do this whole thing. No, here you go. Like,
Yeah,
stop right
but they
in front
use
of
the
them.
humor of Key and Peele of like
Like all this,
what was
like,
it? The
ideas.
Smash and Mash or something?
Yeah,
I don't
it was
know.
just funny.
It was good. It was good.
Funny. That was good.
And what were you gonna say after that?
That it's amazing because like that video we saw of how how before they couldn't do fur,
Yeah, and now they have plush toys.
and now they have plush toys because how in Monsters Inc. was when they finally were able to do like that.
That
fur
was their challenge.
Because,
Yeah.
because how fur is really hard to do
Yeah.
in that.
It's,
And it's amazing, and then like now they have all these.
Yeah.
Even the world, because if you look at 1 and 2, like the city was just
and how they
nothing.
show a lot of the parents too, and the detail.
Yeah, because if you look at it is true. If you watch 1, they never
Doesn't-
show the mom.
Only the feet or the arms or something very
Yeah,
subtle and discreet, so that
Never the face. Andy barely.
and the clothes that they would wear, like solid color shirts, basic jeans, nothing crazy where they would have to animate too much. It's crazy how
And now it's like you
Yeah.
have people like.
I mean,
I think the mom's
I
wearing
love
like a
these-
striped shirt. Like,
yeah.
Like a striped shirt.
I love these characters so much. Like, it's a part of me is like, I don't want it to be over. Like, maybe they should just do like a short film or something. Or, like, how cool would it be to see a short film before their next big movie? You know how they always do a short film?
Yeah.
I know they like to do it for new indie filmmakers to create their own story. But how cool would that be? You see like a little short. Like, their next one is Onward.
Yeah, but the thing is,
They're saying it like the meaning, like the metaphor for that, it's pretty like straight on, but like Onward, it's like, okay, now it's on to new things for Pixar. Like they're not doing any more sequels.
yeah, good.
They're all original
just
stuff
look
from
at,
now on.
Coco, man, Coco was amazing.
Yeah, so I guess people are saying like maybe that's why their next film is called Onward. It's like, you know,
Yeah, because I want movies like
A metaphor
WALL-E.
for them
I want
literally
more
just
of
moving on.
WALL-E. I want more of Up.
yeah,
And
Stuff
WALL-E
like
and
that.
Up, those are amazing.
those are great. I want to rewatch Wally, but
WALL-E-
I wouldn't mind seeing a
Yeah,
short
'cause,
short
actually,
of
WALL-E
Toy Story.
was their biggest achievement. Like I
Yeah.
think visually.
That was a great movie. I want to watch it again.
It was like one of the best visual movies for
Yeah.
that time.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, like that part I love. My favorite scene then was like when he's touching this, like he's on the spaceship on the
Yeah.
outside, and he's touching like the blue stars.
Yeah.
Like that one was really cool.
That would be cool, right? Seeing a little Toy Story short
The thing is, they
of what
did-
their life
I
is
remember
like.
Once I saw a short film. It was
for Halloween, right?
for Halloween, but it's like it was in Bonnie's house.
Yeah, Tower of Terror.
Yeah, and they're in Bonnie's house, and it was like they're like all scared, freaking out. I think it was in Bonnie's house.
I gotta watch that. I'll probably watch it when we get to the
I
house.
think it was like
Is it
30
short?
I think it's like
30 minutes?
I think. I never they gave one on Disney Channel or something.
Yeah.
Like during Halloween.
You see, maybe they could do a little something like that, showing what their life is like. It wouldn't be
Maybe.
bad.
It's tough because you get Tom Hanks, Tim Allen,
That's another thing too. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves if you want
Yeah.
to add him in.
Yeah. No, they definitely gotta keep Kaboom. That's why I love all these characters. I wish that we can just get another one with all of them together.
But now we can't.
All the new characters and old characters, and just like imagine
I
Kaboom
can
with like
get
Rex.
This, what's this guy's name? Mr. Potato Head. I can see him not talking much because of Don Rickles.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because he's not.
And he
he's
would
not the
talk a
voice.
lot in the previous ones. So
Yeah,
it's
because
like-
he was funny.
imagine Kaboom with like a Rex and like what's the pig's name? I keep forgetting.
The-
Pork chop.
So pork chop. I think it's pork chop.
That would be awesome.
Because he's funny, man. That guy.
Imagine all of them together, like Key
You
and Peele with
yeah, he
Kaboom.
wasn't talking that much in that movie either. The pork chop. Like,
No.
and he's actually like the one that has like the best
Yeah.
one-liners.
That's why it would be so cool to see that, like Kaboom, Key and
But the
Peele's
thing is,
characters.
what will be Woody's drive to want to
Yeah.
go back, and plus, how do they get back?
That's the thing. It's already a tricky situation.
Because you don't know how far they are.
Yeah,
So
That's the thing.
that's tough.
yeah. But
It's tough to do that. It's really hard.
yeah, it's a tough one. Anything else? Should we add any? Am I missing anything?
It's a great movie. I'm really
There's a
glad,
lot of funny
Key and
scenes.
Peele, I'm glad that they stuck with the way their comedy works.
They're a good duo.
Yeah, no, their chemistry is really
Yeah.
good.
They're really good.
I think they tried doing like one movie, but it didn't do well.
Yeah.
It was that cat one that they took the guy's
Oh
cat.
yeah, I haven't seen that.
Was it funny?
But I think it was just the Key guy. I didn't see Peele in it.
Oh yeah, I thought it was both of them.
I don't think so.
Oh, and then
Well, we gotta watch it though.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of the Key and Peele show. Maybe I don't know.
The show is hilarious. Yeah.
The show's funny
And then here they're
because
great.
they make fun of like things that are like, oh wow, it makes sense.
Yeah.
They don't even want the club.
Yeah, yeah. What is it? If
Or-
you a broke ass bitch, put your hands up in the air.
They're like, what?
If you're a true gangster
Yeah,
and
put
kill
your-
people, put your hands in the air. Yeah. And they're like, what? If you kill 2 people, put your hand. Yeah. That's
The
funny.
best one is with the Nazi one with the sunlight.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't see. He's trying to stab him, but he's like moving left and right.
Yeah,
he's like
he's-
dodging it.
As he's dead.
God,
Um,
that show makes you cry.
Yeah. So, anything else?
Key and Peele was great.
they
I
were-
really like,
Them.
we didn't even
Keanu
talk about
Reeves.
Bo Peep. We have to talk about Bo Peep.
We did. I like where they go with her character.
She's
It makes
thick
sense.
for some reason.
It makes yeah, she's really thick now, huh? Pixar's got a thing for thick toys or thick characters because
Good.
Bo Peep, Elastigirl.
Elastigirl's pretty.
They got I don't know what their thing is. They got a little thing for they like the thick mommies.
Because Incredibles 2, I was like, wow, like they
Whoa,
they
yeah.
put a lot of effort in the movie.
Yeah, and here too.
It's weird.
Here too. They gotta make sure Woody's got enough for the pushing, you know.
Cushion for the push.
Yeah.
God, it's weird. I don't know. It's just toys.
Anyway, all right.
Alright, this is end it now.
Yeah, let's end it now before it gets weird. Anything else? Did we miss anything? Funniest characters to me. I mean, they're all funny.
No. It's Duke Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom, but
Like-
then you got Key and Peele.
No,
Like each character has their moment. Key and Peele are hilarious, but then Duke Kaboom,
but Duke Kaboom, his scenes, I like
even
I was,
Sergeant
like,
Carl,
laughing. Yeah, he should
Sergeant.
have been more in the movie. I was surprised they weren't more in the movie.
Yeah, Sergeant Carl. Like all the characters, all the new characters were hilarious, and they each had their own moment. Even the Pocket Kelly,
Yeah, that.
and then gets in the car.
It's so clever. Like that's how they
It's
how
funny.
they think of that. But I think if you had to rank them all,
I
how would
can't.
you-
I can't.
Yeah, why not?
They're all so perfect. I just can't. You know what I mean?
if you had to rate them, like
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, because we're fresh off all three. I mean, all
But that's
four.
the thing. They're all so good in their own way. Because the first one, because I love that whole Woody and Buzz dynamic. Like,
Yeah.
you are a dog. He's like,
You're a
sad, strange little man. You have my pity. Now I must,
Is it farewell?
But then 2, it's just everything with that.
And
Like,
the whole space. And 2 with the.
he was talking to me.
No, and the father.
Father, yeah. The Emperor Zurg.
That was amazing. I'm playing catch with my dad.
Yeah, it's so stupid. You saved our lives. We're eternally grateful. You know
Oh god.
that, and the commercial, Rex playing the game. You know.
Yeah,
Then
the
you
intro.
got- then 3, you have the daycare scenes and
Lotso, I think Lotso's the best villain.
the Spanish Buzz. Vaquero. You know, it's a lot. And then here you have what we just talked about now. So there's always something different.
But I think best villain of all 3, like all 4. I mean, I'll probably be Lotso. I think they did Lotso.
He's the
really
darkest
good.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, they did him really good. Lotso.
He's the darkest
because
one.
his story was dark and he was dark too. He didn't
Yeah.
care. Like
The thing is, I can see how 4 would have been really similar to 2.
no, a lot.
So-
Because just by the ending, it was teasing the same thing as 2.
Oh, come on, you can come with us to Bonnie's place.
It was like 2 when Jesse decides to go with them and what's his name? The villain in 2.
Oh,
the fat guy, the fat
Prospector.
boy. Yeah, the prospector. Like how he stops them, and then they're stuck in the suitcase. He rips up
Yeah.
Woody's thing again.
all
so
that.
it's like wow. Like
So
really,
I can see why Pixar was really picky. But yeah, I think we had an hour of Toy Story 4.
Was the horse in the movie?
Bullseye?
Bullseye?
He was, but again, just
Sideline. Man,
sideline.
because he didn't. I don't remember seeing him at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he had anything to do in the movie.
no sideline.
Yeah,
He doesn't talk or
it
anything.
just sucks that they were just in the RV the whole time.
Yeah,
That's the
that's the
sucky
thing.
part.
Yeah, it's more about Woody and Buzz was supposed to be very sidelined as well, and Pixar had to change it up.
Yeah,
Because
how are you not gonna have
They
Woody and
needed
Buzz
him
Lightyear?
to be more involved to have that impact at the end, make more sense with Buzz telling Woody, "Hey,
It's okay.
it's okay," you know, and that's why they didn't want anything happening to Buzz again. They wanted him to be
Be
clear-headed,
aware the whole time.
so that he's aware, like, hey, you know what, like, you should go, you know, it's okay. So again, Pixar, they did it right. They could have easily messed this one up.
Yeah.
So
But no more.
good job, Pixar. They should have do more. Maybe a good short film. I'll watch.
It's hard, man. How can you do another one?
That's the thing.
Because
It's
now
just-
Woody,
I
now
don't want to
Woody's
stay.
separated.
I don't want to stay with this ending. It's just too sad. They're not
It's-
together.
Now,
It's-
now a new sling is to infinity and beyond.
Yeah,
It's
that
not
was
anymore.
great. That was great because I love where Woody's at, and I also love where Buzz is at with the rest of the gang. I just wish they could be together.
Yeah. Imagine with the new toys, with the old toys, combined forces.
Endgame.
Endgame.
They have a scene like an Endgame, you know.
I'm surprised they didn't want to bring back the Zurg character.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
then
know.
he was in a toy store or something. So remember, destroy Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, so it makes sense. But
How do they
imagine-
bring him back? You know.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one.
You know, but
It's a tough one.
I think that's it. Let's see. Hopefully the video works out well, guys. And
Dude,
hopefully
boom! Keanu Reeves is killing it. Now he might be
Keanu
a
Reeves, what a
Marvel.
year! Cyberpunk, John
It's
Wick.
rumored Adam Warlock,
Now, yeah, Marvel's been chasing after him, and
but I don't think so because of
he should take it easy. I would be careful with Marvel because then it's gonna mess up his scheduling for everything else.
no John Wick. And he's more into John Wick and
Yeah.
anything. He loves that brutal stuff.
So let's see. Unless he starts learning the mystic arts, you see him.
He starts casting real spells at people. yeah.
You see the training videos of him
Like casting fireballs.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's the end of our review. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, if this uploads and all this works well, thank you for listening. As always, we're about to go watch Dark Phoenix. Right? What time is it now? Like 9:50.
9:54.
Oh, right on time. Yeah, we got Dark Phoenix soon. I heard it's really bad, but we got AMC A-list, so we're just gonna check it out. Why not? And then we're gonna be rewatching Toy Story tomorrow in Dolby format, which is gonna be great. The animation's gonna look even better now. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening and watching, and see you next time. What should be our next review? What's the next big
Child's
movie?
Play, I guess.
I don't know. We still got to see Child's Play. I heard Men in Black is bad, but
God, so many shitty movies right now.
what's the next
Except
big
for Toy
thing coming
Story.
out?
Next big one. Spider-Man.
Avengers is re-releasing,
No,
and
Spider-Man. I
Spider-Man,
think
the
that's
fall.
it. That's it.
Spider-Man's in 2 weeks.
July 2nd. That's when their thing is.
Okay,
Or
so
is it July 2nd or July 1st? One of
it's
those.
probably going to be Spider-Man. I mean, unless we do. I wanted to talk about Maw and Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, I guess.
If you
Two
guys
shit
want it,
movies.
if you guys want those reviews, feel free to email us or message us on Instagram. And if you want to see or hear a review on that, we'll gladly be able to do one. And then, for sure, we're gonna check out Avengers.
Don't make me drink alone.
Don't make me drink alone.
Don't make me
Obviously,
drink
Spider-Man.
alone.
That's gonna be a big one. I want to do a big one on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Cause a lot of summer films have been pretty
Not too
bad.
good.
lately.
Yeah, not too good.
Except for Toy Story right now.
Yeah,
Or
because Avengers and all that was before summer.
yeah, like Godzilla was.
Yeah. We had big Godzilla fans on that day, so I didn't want to
Trash it.
ruin their shrine. They had a great time.
Yeah, Ronnie and his,
Yeah.
what was Mike, right? Was it Mike?
Matthew?
I'm
I
bad with
forgot.
names.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. And goodbye. We'll see you guys in the next one.